In this video we will be discussing the entire history of the Salem's Lot 2023 remake that has still not yet been released. There has been a lot of delays and difficulties with the release of the movie Remake, and we will be going through the reasons behind the delays and more. If you visited your local bookstore on August 2nd, 2022, and wandered into the horror section, you'll find a shiny, movie version of Salem's Lot, tailored specifically for the new horror movie. Adorned with a captivating glimpse into Stephen King's latest theatrical release, this cover will have you spellbound with its chilling charm. Against a backdrop of deep blue fog, the cast of Salem's Lot are glued in front of the spooky Marston house. A spooky film about the story that has hit the screen twice so far in the form of a TV miniseries. Set the stage for a dramatic performance. Never a canvas. Fast forward to June 2023, after multiple delays and lack of updates since late last year. The question remains: what exactly is going on at Warner Brothers? Is Salem's Lot often late? It's time to dig deeper and analyze the twists and turns that have happened to this long-awaited project. Return to Jerusalem's Lot, production history. Stephen King's Salem's Lot, a 1975 horror novel and his second published work, explores the life of writer Ben Mears as a child. It's just a story of the residents discovering themselves when they return to the town. To vampires. The novel was nominated for the World Fantasy Award and the Locus Award. Dr. King likes the story and considers it his favorite story. The story of a small town in the face of a great threat was first dramatized in 1979 as his two-part miniseries, and in 2004 as his miniseries on TV, which was underrated. On April 23, 2019, James Wan and Gary Dauberman announced that they would co-produce the movie Salem's Lot. Dauberman will serve as writer and executive producer, with Wan, Roy Lee and Mark Wolper serving as producers. The director was not named when the project was announced, but in April 2020, film director Holm was officially named director. Production on the film proceeded without much news and ended in November 2021. Due to coronavirus-related delays, the film's schedule has been pushed back to allow for additional filming in the summer of 2022, according to reports from the studio and Deadline. The new release date wasn't initially a concern, as reshoots are not uncommon in big-budget movies. One of the stars, Mackenzie Lee, posted a graduation photo on Instagram below. The classic vampire story footage premiered at CinemaCon in April 2022. The first look was said to be eerie, impactful, and very well received. Entertainment reporter Jeff Schneider, who was in attendance, wrote on Twitter that the trailer was reminiscent of the first trailer for the original movie The Conjuring. He wrote, "In July 2022, the film experienced its first postponement, as its original release after Labor Day 2022 was postponed to April 21, 2023. Just a few months later, that date is also gone, with another WB horror film, Evil Dead, filling the opening. Ultimately, the strip was dropped entirely from Warner Brothers' 2023 movie release schedule. That disappointment came shortly after the studio announced plans to cancel projects like Batgirl and Scoob 2. A studio rep said the decision not to release Batgirl was due to a shift in strategy regarding the DC Universe and HBO Max. The decision only fueled fan speculation about the fate of Salem's Lot. The alleged movie premiere took place on September 9, 2022, and alleged attendees posted social media posts and online reviews surfaced and expressed some disappointment with the film. On November 16, 2022, Salem's Lot received an official R rating from the MPAA for brutal violence and language, marking the film's official completion. Additionally, the movie's showtime was later announced, but no further update has been provided since late 2022. Horror aficionados joined the ranks of infamous shelved movies like Jerry Lewis' The Day the Clown Cried and China's Avatar the Clone, and Salem's Lot will never be released. I'm afraid that Warner Brothers made some strange decisions under David Zaslav's leadership, but I believe the studio's actions show that Salem's Lot will finally see the light of day. Reports and rumors of poor test screenings have led some to speculate that the studio is dissatisfied with the film's quality and intends to release it indefinitely. But I don't believe this is happening. King movie adaptations have a long history of making money, even if they aren't among the greatest horror movies of all time. While blockbusters like Misery and It Chapters 1 and 2 have been lauded by critics, there have been less successful ones like Cell. His 2006 adaptation of the Martin Luther King novel was directed by Todd Williams and starred John Cusack and Samuel L. Remained in the air for more than 2 years. Despite being panned by critics, minimal promotion and a limited theatrical release in just 15 markets, the film grossed over $1 million at the box office. Video sales have also surpassed her $2 million, according to Box Office Mojo. Movies based on Stephen King's books tend to be financially successful, even if they're not perfect. Because of this, I think it's unlikely that Warner Brothers would bury intellectual property based solely on a few negative test results, if they actually existed. When will the Salem lot be released? Timing is critical in a theatrical release, and WB Discovery may be working to find the best date for the Salem's lot. Halloween season is a natural choice for the horror genre, but given that there are only 3 months until the weekend after Labor Day and the lack of promotion for the film, a fall 2023 theatrical release is unlikely. It seems to be getting lower and lower. Considering WB's possible reservations about the film, streaming it on Max, formerly HBO Max, in the fall might be a smart move to take advantage of the season of terror. We've seen the streaming success of horror movies like Prey on Hulu and the reboot of Hellraiser, which did very well with a similar release date last year. The Clive Barker series reboot also generated quite a bit of hype, but the official trailer was released just 15 days before its release. As a company, if you're hesitant to invest in promoting a movie that I'm hesitant about, this streaming vehicle could be a good choice. Regardless of release date, Salem's Lot could reach King fans sooner or later. However, WB Discovery's focus on theatrical release means that even if the theatrical release goes well, the film may not be released until 2024 and beyond. Still, considering the talented individuals' involvement and the power of the established brand, it's ridiculous that WB Discovery would let this project dust on the shelves like an old haunted house.